What's your favorite Studio Ghibli movie? It's a question almost every anime fan is asked at some point in their journey with the medium. Have you seen a Studio Ghibli movie? More than one? Me too. Which one's your favorite? Do you like the one that reminds you how it felt to be a kid? What about the one that teaches you how to grow up? Or how about the one you watch around the same time each year? She likes the one about love. He likes the one that gets a little scary. We all appreciate the really dark one, but nobody calls it their favorite. It's just way too sad. I've been having these sorts of conversations for nearly my entire life. At my high school anime club, at college parties, and even now at adult get-togethers, which are really just college parties with extra steps. It's an easy conversation to have with anime fans and non-anime fans alike, because these might be anime by definition, but the rest of the world doesn't really see it that way. That's just what happens when a studio releases critically and commercially successful movies across 4 different decades. Movies handcrafted by hardworking people, hunched over cramped desks, staring at blank reams of paper, and smoking so many cigarettes. These movies enter the canon and become films. Italicized type, cursive font, films. And people watch them, and rewatch them, and watch them again at special movie theater screenings, even though they already have the Blu-rays at home. It's me, I'm people. I'm writing this video because in a few days, I plan to spend $30 to watch my favorite Studio Ghibli film at my local IMAX. I make it a point to see my favorite Ghibli at least every couple of years, and that probably will never change. Because people, and remember, when I say people, I mean me, people pick their favorite Ghibli film for biased and subjective reasons. Or put in a little bit of a kinder way, the choice is personal. These are films about love, nature, courage, family, universal themes that can resonate with every person on Earth. Saying one Ghibli film stands out above the rest is like saying a single instrument is better than all the rest. You can't do it. You can't objectively claim the guitar is superior to the piano, or the saxophone, or a drum kit, so why bother? Just pick the one that strikes a chord in your own heart and leave it at that. It's easy. Watch me. My favorite Studio Ghibli film is Princess Mononoke. That's a common enough answer, but sue me. It's the truth. No other Ghibli film resonates as deeply with my own personal life experience. Nearly all of these films take you back to your childhood in some form or fashion, and for me, my childhood was spent in the woods. Growing up, my house backed up to around 3 miles of trees and creeks and hills and valleys, all somehow left untouched by the growing suburban community I otherwise lived in. This small, but large enough plot of land was my sanctuary. As soon as my dad felt I was old enough, 9 to be precise, I started to spend every waking minute not in school, in the woods. I explored, I played, and most importantly, I got lost in nature. If you've ever walked through the woods, especially without a proper trail, you know the kinds of feelings that evokes. The woods are really quiet. When you find yourself among trees and roots and bushes, everything starts to blend together, and your own senses strain to compensate. Your ears pick up on every snapped twig. You come to learn that dirt and rain and wind have their own smells. Your eyes will forever play tricks on you as the evening sun pushes light and shadow through the leaves, but that just adds to the whole effect. Getting lost in the woods can be scary and isolating, but when you spend enough time following deer trails and riverbeds, traipsing through hills and valleys older than time, it all starts to take on this known and unknown feeling. It's both alien and familiar, and I can't really explain it any better. But when I watch Ashitaka lead Koroku and the injured man through the forest of the gods, it's certainly not Koroku I relate to. When the forest comes to life in front of them, I'm 9 years old all over again. A dumb kid getting dirt on his jeans and cuts on his hands. And that dumb kid had his imagination turbocharged by his own spirit forest. He could have really believed, in all sincerity, that Kodama could be found if you just looked under the right rock or behind the right tree. Like Ashitaka and San, I felt at home under a thick canopy of greens and blues. I could feel safe, at peace, and like I had my own secret world worth protecting. It couldn't last. I grew up, went to college, and while I was away, there was no one to protect my spirit forest. In 2021, a fence went up, some bulldozers came, and suddenly my woods were gone forever. These days, it's one of those weird business parks with a bunch of companies that all feel made up. There's a store that sells concrete. Another sells air conditioners, I think. I don't know. I didn't even get a chance to really say goodbye. My parents don't even live in the same town anymore. Like Ashitaka, one day I left home, never to return again. It's bittersweet. Or maybe just bitter. I've loved Princess Mononoke for a long time. And these days, some of its ideas just hit me even harder. That's kind of all there is to it, so I'll leave you with this. There's this little moment in the Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, a documentary about Studio Ghibli, that really stands out to me. In some ways, it's classic Miyazaki, the perfectionist director finishing his final storyboard and trying to determine where to cut the film off using a simple stopwatch. When should the movie end? Click. How about here? Click. Too soon. Click. What about here? Click. That's it.